everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Andrea, and today I have an update. I don't know what number it is, but it's my August update for Pan Those Eyeshadows. Quick side note, if you don't like hearing crying kids in the background, this probably is not going to be the video for you to watch. So let's just get that out of the way so that I don't have to keep bringing it up. This is a project that was created by Alexy many years ago, and even though she hasn't been on YouTube for a while, there are still so many people doing this project, and everybody has kind of tweaked it to fit their particular panning needs or panning style. For example, this year Lainey has created a list of, I believe, 100 prompts that she's randomizing and then picking her shadows that way. I think Misty is doing her project with all of Lainey's prompts. Ruth has like a bunch of different criteria that she's picking her shadows from. I decided that I am going to only do 4 eyeshadows this year because I did 5 last year. It was just a little too much. I still have a little too many eyeshadows going on, but that's fine. But I'm only pulling from palettes, and I'm only pulling from palettes that have no pan in them yet. So this is kind of an exciting update. I skipped last month because I didn't really have any progress to show, and I've just been, summer has been weird for me. I say it in every video. It is what it is. I'm getting a little project overload, and I'm getting a little burnt out with YouTube, which is not something that I want. Like, I like doing YouTube, but it's just mainly so many projects, and I'm so busy with the kids, and I'm so busy with work that things are just kind of falling to the wayside. So I'm trying to give myself a little bit of grace, and just, if I don't film an update, I don't film an update. It's not a big deal. I don't think anybody's out there holding their breath waiting for me to post a video. Let's just be honest. So anyway, let's get into the update. So I have 4 shadows in. As I said, I'm working on 4. And for the past couple of months, I've had 2 mattes and 2 like shimmer metallics in, and I think, granted, that might not always be possible depending on what palettes I pick out, but I have very few palettes that are like either all shimmer or all matte, so I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. Anyway, I think I'm going to keep that balance. So can you tell I haven't filmed in a while? This video is going to be a hot mess, and it is what it is. So first, the shadow that's been in here the longest comes from my Viseart Neutral Mattes, and I decided to go with, I just number them, so like shade 1 through 12. I picked shade 11, which is this shadow right here, and as you can see, I have hit pan in not only this one, but I've also hit pan in this dark brown one as well. So let me swatch. This one that I was working on is like a taupey gray. It's very unique to my collection. I feel like the swatch pulls a lot more gray than it looks in the pan. I mainly used this as a lower lash line shade. Like, I did use it in my crease or in my outer corner a couple times. For the most part, I used it on my lower lash line. So I used this shadow a total of 50 times to get that pan. Now this brown one, since I already had this out, this is an all matte palette. I was also working on this brown one in my brows, and this one is my lid setting shade. Can you, oh, whoops, no, you can't. Can you see how deep that dip is? I use this one more than I used the brow one, because I use this one every single day. And I think I started using this one a little bit before I started using this one. And I still don't have pan in that one, but I'm putting this palette away, so we're going to be rolling a new shadow in for this one. The next shade that has been in here, the second longest, comes from my BH Cosmetics Avocado Toast palette. And I am wearing this shadow today. In my crease, I'm working on the shade Ripe. I've got a total of 14 uses on it, and I don't know if you can see, it's not looking very, you can kind of see a little dip forming, but it's not looking very very used. So I don't know why I swatched it with that hand, but there's that one. So this one is gonna be in, this is probably the next one that I'm gonna try to focus on. And I did finally, I think the last time I updated this was June. I had not done my No Pan Left Behind on this, but I finally did manage to use each shadow in this palette. So that requirement is done, and now I'm just working to hit pan. And I didn't mention it in the beginning, but I'm also, every palette that I roll in, besides picking a shade, I'm also doing No Pan Left Behind, because I know I'm not the only one who does this, but you roll in a palette and then you just focus on the one shade and that's it. So my last update in June, I rolled in 2 new shades. The first one comes from my Violet Voss Essentials 2 palette, and it's this shadow right here, Rose Gold. Now, I am not going to swatch this. I did use this 3 times, this shade, and I managed to use a little over half of each of the other, oh my goodness. Managed to use half of the other shadows, but I'm actually going to declutter this one. I am trying to get into the mindset of decluttering things that I know I just don't really want to reach for, and it's not that the formula is bad or this is a bad palette by any means. It's just, I bought this in like a boxy friends and family pop-up or whatever, and I think because I don't get BoxyCharm, I don't get to shop the boxy pop-up unless they have, I mean, that's the one and only time I've done it. So I kind of went a little crazy buying stuff, and this was a while ago, by the way. I kind of went a little crazy buying stuff just because it was cheap, not necessarily because I wanted it. And this is one of those things where it's pretty. There's nothing wrong with the shadows. It's just, I have these colors. First of all, the neutral browns. I have those like 5 million times. I've already got several matte, like sky blue shades. And then all of these metallic shades, I have indie shadows that are a lot better. Or they have a lot more sparkle payoff or whatever. So I'm actually decluttering this palette, so I'm going to be rolling in a new shadow for this one. And then the final shade that I'm working on comes from my BH Cosmetics Orange Sorbet palette from the Sweet Shop collection. And the one I'm working on is this shade right here, Tangy, which is, I didn't actually mark these. I didn't mark the rest of them, but I'm using every single shimmer on my eye today, so the No Pan Left Behind for this is completed as well. But this is it's more in the outer portion of my lid. Then I have the Citron is the one that's on my inner half of the lid. I have Yum on my inner corner, and then which one is this called? Double Scoop. I have Double Scoop on my lower lash line, topped over a like orangey brown matte. So I am still keeping this one in. I've used Tangy 5 times, and I have, even though I didn't remember to finish marking it, I have used No Pan Left Behind on all of them. Oh my gosh, I forgot to swatch. It's been, oh my God, I think it's been like 9 days since I filmed a video. I don't know, I'm so out of practice. Okay. So there is that. It's such a pretty orangey red. It actually almost matches my lipstick. The 2 BH palettes are staying in. The Viseart palette is getting rolled out because I hit pan. The Violet Voss palette is rolling out because I'm decluttering it. So now I have my little tablet, and I have, I think it's up to date, my wheel of names for Pan Those eyeshadows. So these are all of my, whoops. Course. These are all of my palettes that have no pan in them yet. Juvia's Place, the Masquerade Mini. I don't think I've even touched that one yet. So, got the Masquerade Mini, and then okay, the British Museum Ankh palette, which is actually in, what is that in? Panner's Bingo right now, but that's fine. It's not in there to hit pan, so it's not a big deal. So I will grab those 2 palettes really quick, and then we'll do some swatching and figure out which 2 shades that I want to roll into this project. Okay, so first we have, the Masquerade Mini by Juvia's Place. as you can see, it is, I may have swatched one. I don't even know if I swatched any of them. No, I did. I definitely swatched a couple, but I have not used these on my eyes yet. I have no idea what I want to do with that one. So let's open up. Oops. So let's open up this one from the British Museum and ZC. This is the Ankh palette. I have this in Panner's Bingo for No Pan Left Behind. So as you can see, spoiler alert, this is where I'm at with that one. So I haven't hit my goal on that yet, but actually I'm okay with pulling in a palette that I've already got a usage goal on in another project, because that's just like one less palette that I have to put in my little area. But this is what this one is looking like. Oh my gosh, it's so... We got the tree that is like right outside of my office. We got the branches trimmed and everything and got it shaped up. So now there is so much more light in my office, which is good, but it's not good for showing things. So I but I want to pull in one matte and one shimmer. I'm probably going to pull a matte in from here, because trying to pan a Juvia's Place matte is just not, it's just not cool. I don't know. Do I want to be just boring because I need a new shade to do for lid setting? I might just do this one. I'm sorry that's so boring, but just like, I need it. I mean, look at that. Can you even see it? Because I swatched it in the worst place possible. There. Now you can't see it because it's the same color as my skin, basically, but I hate to be so boring, but honestly, I'm working on so many eyeshadows. I kind of just need one that I can use every single day and not have to worry about it. So that's probably the one I'm going to do. These are not... There's no shade name, so it's just going to be shade number 3 from this one that I'm going to work on. And then obviously, I'm going to complete my No Pan Left Behind for Panner's Bingo before I start counting No Pan Left Behind for this project. So now, let's see, I'm working on, what about this green right here? That's very pretty. That's the shade Molly. This Dahlia shade is really pretty too. Look at that. But it's like, how often am I gonna... Oh my god. Those two together. Gorgeous. How often am I really gonna want to do blue is the thing, though. Oh my gosh. Like, yes, Juvia's Place has kind of sucked lately as far as their owner and things like that, but... their shadows are really pretty. Oh my god. I'm probably going to do one of these, but I just don't know which one. I'm just so drawn to that green. I'm probably going to do the green. I mean, plus, let's see. How does it look next to... Actually, that'd be a good match for the avocado, the shade from the Avocado Toast palette. I just wanna wear these two together. I mean, these are all my colors, so yeah, I think I'm gonna do that green. That is the shade Mali, M-A-L-I. So let me quickly go wash all this stuff off, and then I'm going to do a fresh swatch of my new color story, and then we'll wrap up the video. Okay, so here is my new color story. We've got Ripe from the Avocado Toast palette, Tangy from the BH Orange Sorbet palette, Molly from the Juvia's Place Masquerade Mini, and then shade number 3 from the ZC and British Museum Ankh palette. So this is what we're working with. I am actually quite excited about the Juvia's Place palette because, like I said, I bought that last fall, I think, and I still have not used it on my face, well, on my eyes. So that'll be nice to get some use out of it, especially after swatching that top row. I'm really excited to play with that one. I don't know that I'll have any pan for next update. I'm not not sure if I am going to update. Okay, well, how about this? If you don't want to hear me ramble about my plans for uploading schedules, then I don't really blame you, and you can stop watching right now, and I thank you for coming, and I hope you enjoyed my update. Now, I am thinking, especially for projects like this or projects like the Something Old, Something New, Something Gifted, Something Blue project, where it might be a little more slow going. I might not update unless I have significant progress in something, or like I have pan or something is empty. And going forward this year, not to say that if I have a lot of progress from month to month, I will do monthly updates, but especially for some of the bigger projects, the more longer term projects where there's a lot of items that I'm working on and I might only get a few uses on things, I might do bi-monthly updates 4 months when I don't have a lot to show, because I'm doing so many projects and I do have a job and I do have 2 young children and I have a house that I need to take care of. The way that I film videos and the amount of projects that I'm doing, it's, I think, becoming a little bit unsustainable for me. Well, not I think. It is becoming unsustainable for me, as you can tell, because I have been super inconsistent with uploading this summer. So I'm not gonna push myself to have an update for every project every month, and I think it'll just be better for everybody that way, because that way I'm not stressing myself out about making sure I've got, I'm filming 20, 22, whatever updates every month for various projects, and you're not being inundated with videos from me every day. So it's a win-win situation, I think. So that is my plan going forward. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are staying safe and sane and healthy, having a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Getting ready to get kids in school. I'm so excited. Not gonna lie. And I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.